Today, we're talking about something every couple needs, but many slowly lose over time: friendship. Yes, we are diving straight into how to build your marriage on a foundation of friendship. But before we go into the steps, let me ask you this. Have you ever looked at your spouse and thought, are we lovers or just two adults sharing Wi-Fi? Because let's be honest, in so many marriages, especially African marriages and Christian marriages, the relationship slowly slides into roommate mode without anyone noticing. 1 minute you're lovers, the next minute you're managing schedules, bills, church, activities, kids, and responsibilities like co-CEOs of a small chaotic startup. But hear me clearly. When the friendship fades, the marriage starts running on empty. And if you want deeper emotional connection, better communication, more laughter, and that I actually like my husband and wife energy again, this right here on Yinko's Pepper Talks is your wake-up call. Let's get to it. Welcome to Yinko's Pepper Talks, fearless truth, unapologetic wisdom with a little bit of warmth. I am your girl, Yinko's Pepe. If this is your first time on this channel, welcome to the family. Grab a seat, settle in, and let's grow together. So does it ever feel like you and your spouse are more like roommates than best friends? You're coordinating schedules, you're talking about bills, you're figuring out who's picking up the kids and what's for dinner. But where's the fun in all of that? Where are the deep talks and the easy laughter you had when you were dating? That can feel like a distant memory. It's a quiet drift that happens to so many marriages, especially long-term and cultural, traditional ones. Like you look up one day and realize you're great at managing a life together, but you've stopped sharing one together. If that hits close to home, hear me clearly, you're not alone. And yes, you can absolutely get that feeling back. In real life, not theory, not studies, friendship is the heartbeat of a thriving marriage. It's the part that makes the romance, the communication, and the emotional safety flow naturally. For the last 21 years, my husband and I have been building our own friendship, and we've walked with countless couples who felt that same disconnect. Over and over, we've seen that the passion everybody wants is really a byproduct of one thing: a deep, resilient friendship. So today, I'm sharing 5 practical, non-obvious ways you can start rebuilding friendship in your marriage, starting right now. So let's jump right in. Ready? Number 1, the intentional debrief. The first friendship killer in marriage. When all your conversations become about logistics, it's like your marriage accidentally turned into a small business and your entire relationship became a never-ending staff meeting. The dishwasher's broken. Did you pay the electric bill? Oh, one of the kids has a soccer practice at 6. All necessary things, don't get me wrong, but when that becomes all you talk about, the intimacy quietly dries up. The fix? Create something I call the intentional debrief. This is not a drive-by, how was your day kind of talk. This is a dedicated, protected, say 10 to 15 minutes where you reconnect as actual human beings, not as dad or mom, but as lovers. Phones down, TV off, kids settled, and then ask each other better questions, things that will spark up a conversation. It may seem weird at first, but try it out. What made you laugh today? What frustrated you today? And who surprised you today? These questions pretty much bypass logistics and tap right into the heart. You're not asking for a report. You're asking for their story of how their day went. Now, in our marriage, mornings were the most draining. So we created a rule. For the first 10, 15 minutes after we both come home, we don't talk about problems. We don't talk about anything, no logistics. We're just reconnecting. That one habit alone can start rebuilding the conversational intimacy your friendship needs. You're not talking about the problems, except it's an emergency. If it is not an emergency, then it can wait. Right? So you can get back to the conversation at a later time, same day, but at a later time. First 10-15 minutes dedicated to just the two of you talking about each other to each other. 2, enter their world. The second thing that slowly pulls couples apart. You stop entering each other's worlds. When you were dating, you were fascinated by everything they loved. Now he's in one corner with his interests and she's in another corner with hers. 2 separate apartments sharing one kitchen. Look, real friendship requires curiosity. So once a month, intentionally enter their world. If your spouse loves sports, watch a game with them and ask questions. If they're into art, try a class together. If they love a certain game, ask them to teach you for, say, 20-30 minutes. Now, let me tell you what this looks like in real life. A while back, my husband got obsessed with watching basketball. Well, I didn't know the rules to save my life, but instead of disappearing into another room to watch something else, I asked him to teach me. And guess what? I would sit beside him and just jump when he jumps, even if I really fully didn't understand why. And suddenly it became our thing and not just his. And he does the same for me. He gives me topic ideas for my channel. He watches every single video. He always leaves a comment on screen or off screen. No matter what new thing I decide to explore, he always shows up fully. He stays active in my world the same way I'm active in his. Because entering your spouse's world isn't about loving the hobby that they're into, it's about loving them. It says, I still choose you, and I still want you, and I still want to know you. And now, before we go into number 3, and trust me, it's big. Which one is harder for you? The intentional debrief or the entering their world? Drop it in the comments. And if this is already blessing you, hit that subscribe button down below and we can help more marriages grow. Become a 2-person team. Friendship collapses when you stop playing for the same team. Life will throw stress, responsibilities, disappointments, and hard seasons your way. The question is, are you standing together on the same side or facing each other like opponents? A strong marriage requires a teammate mentality. That means, number 1, be their public defender. If someone makes a shady joke about your spouse, step in gently and let the world know you two are a united front. Number 2, be their private believer. When your spouse faces setbacks, rejections, disappointments, be the voice that reminds them, I believe in you and you've got this. Number 3, celebrate their wins loudly. No silent clapping here. No jealousy, no competition. Be their biggest cheerleader. When you become a 2-person team, the bond becomes almost unbreakable. Number 4, practice active appreciation. One of the most silent friendship killers is neglect. Not arguments, not shouting, just taking each other for granted. It will kill your relationship quick. Friendship doesn't die in one blow. It withers from lack of attention. So start practicing daily appreciation. Be specific. Be very specific. Thank you for making coffee. Or, oh, thank you for the way you handled the kids today. Oh, or you looked amazing this morning. I love the way you look in that suit. Or I saw how hard you worked on that project. Kudos to you. These small acknowledgements rewire the brain to see the good and make your spouse feel noticed, valued, and seen. My husband and I have been intentional with this. It sounds simple and often overlooked, but it definitely keeps our friendship alive. Number 5, build a shared spiritual core. A marriage is strongest when the spiritual connection is shared and not separate. You might both love God, but if you're walking on 2 different spiritual tracks, you miss out on the intimacy at the deepest level. And here's the beautiful part. Building that spiritual bond doesn't have to be complicated. No, pick a time that works for both of you. Morning or evening or afternoon, and commit to it. Set a reminder in your phone, add it to your calendar, and follow through every day until it becomes a habit you cannot comfortably miss. Start small. Say just 10-15 minutes of praying together, reading something short, or sharing what's on your heart. Consistency creates connection. And don't keep it between the two of you. Include your children in this. If your kids are still home, let them be part of these moments. If you're empty nesters, remember your children by naming them in your prayers. This is exactly what my husband and I do with our children, and it has changed the atmosphere of our home. It anchors us, it keeps us aligned, and makes us a spiritual team and not just a marital team. And listen, if life happens and you find yourself off your prayer schedule, don't beat yourself up. It happens. The Holy Spirit will nudge you. You will feel that pull. And when you do, don't ignore it. Strap your boots, re-strategize, pick a new time that fits your current season, and start again. Consistency isn't perfection. It's the willingness to return. Just get back up and keep going. When you share the same spiritual path, even in small ways, the friendship in your marriage gains a depth that nothing else can create. There you have it. That's it for today. Simple, right? Simple. You got to do the work. So again, here are your 5 friendship builders. Number 1, intentional debrief. Number 2, enter their world. Number 3, become a 2-person team. Number 4, active appreciation. And number 5, shared spiritual core. Life will always try to pull your marriage into a roommate mode. But if you practice these habits consistently, you will build a marriage that's warm, joyful, intimate, fun, and steady. A marriage where your spouse isn't just the love of your life, but your best friend. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these 5 steps are you going to try this week? Thanks for watching. If this message blessed you, please like, comment, and don't forget to bless others by sharing it as well. Remember, a better, more connected marriage is truly, truly possible, but it takes you and your spouse showing up to make it happen. Until next time, this is your girl, oh my love, Yinkus Pepe.